What's up guys, I'm Dan Langan. This is Dan Can Bake It, where every week Food Network is throwing me a crazy baking challenge and I have to step up to the plate and bake my way to sweet success. So I just got this clue, it's inside this cake box. I'm gonna unwrap it and see what's inside. Oh my God. Are you guys serious right now? This is a durian. All right, let's see what we got here. Make a dessert using durian, known as the world's smelliest fruit. I mean, I'd say that's pretty accurate. It's pretty smelly. I've never smelled a fruit that smells like this before. Never smelled a fruit that smells like cheese. I don't know, it's so weird. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know how I'm going to bake with this. I think the smart thing to do, the chefy thing to do would be to actually try it and see what I'm up against. Because I can't just bake with it, it actually has to taste good, right? You guys, I'm kind of scared. You know what? I mean, it tastes kind of good, but it still smells really weird. It still kind of tastes like cheese, but I'm really excited because I've never baked with durian before. I've never eaten durian before. So I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate it into a baked good, but that's the fun part of this challenge, and I guess that's the challenging part of this challenge. I have to figure out how to make this fruit that tastes okay, tastes kind of weird. I have to turn all that into something delicious. So I'm definitely gonna have to sit down, maybe take a couple more bites of this and do a little brainstorming. All right, so I have this idea all fleshed out. I know that I'm turning my favorite pineapple upside down cake into a durian upside down cake. I think it's a pretty solid plan. I think the cake and the caramel is going to flavor the durian and play really nice with the durian once it bakes up. So that's what we're going with. So I think it's soft enough to just cut with some kitchen shears. Take a look at this. It's like so strange, but so cool at the same time when you open it up. So check that out. You just peel it apart, peel that skin apart, and you have this like beautiful fruit on the inside. All right, so I know that there are really large seeds in here, so I'm gonna remove those. So I'm gonna go classic upside down cake here, and that means starting with a butter brown sugar caramel sauce. So I have a small saucepan. I'll just go like medium low heat here. This is really not technical at all. All I'm gonna do is combine some unsalted butter. I have some light brown sugar here. It'll give me all that nice molasses, caramely flavor that I'm looking for. And then I have some salt, just a touch, just to balance out all that sweetness. And really, I just wanna stir this around. All right, so this is looking perfect. It's nice and bubbly. It's all gooey. It looks like this beautiful caramel sauce you just wanna dive right into, and I can smell the brown sugar. So the scent is in the air. I know that this caramel sauce is ready, so I'll give it one final stir. Just gonna turn my heat off, and then I'll bring it over here to my cake pan that's already greased. Super important, I don't wanna forget to grease my pan because then the cake might not come out. So I'll just pour this in the center and all around. I'll get all that goodness out of there. So I have my caramel here. Let me grab my maraschino cherries and I'll grab my durian flesh. And what I'm gonna do is kind of arrange this in like a spoke design or like a sunwheel design. So I'll start with 4 pieces. I'm gonna grab one of these beautifully bright cherries. I'll put one right in the center. And then I think what I'll do is fill in this space with 1, 2, 3 more cherries. That should be good. I love this upside down cake batter because it's super easy to mix. I'm just gonna start in my mixer bowl, fit it with my paddle attachment, some all-purpose flour, got some granulated sugar, baking powder for rise, got a little bit of salt to balance all that flavor out, a little bit of baking soda, and then some toasted almond flour. I love toasted almond flour in cakes. It gives you that texture, and toasting it really brings out the flavor. So what I'm gonna do is just put this on the mixer, and I'll let the mixer kind of sift it together for me. It'll do that whisking action for me. So usually 30 seconds on low, that's enough to get everything combined together. And then what I have here is some softened unsalted butter. So this is the real trick of mixing this cake batter. The mixer's on low, I'm gonna start adding the butter. So you just let it mix, it'll get nice and sandy, nice and incorporated. And just right into the bowl, I have some buttermilk. I also have some sour cream. I love sour cream in cakes. Some vanilla extract, you can't forget that. And then 2 room temperature eggs. These are gonna keep my cake nice and tender. And then what I wanna do is just whisk this up. Everything's at room temperature, so it's gonna come together really quickly. All right, so this looks perfect. It looks like sand. It actually just looks like a big bowl of almond flour. But the test here is that I can pick it up with my fingers and it stays together. All right, back on low. I have my liquids here. I'm gonna pour them just in the side of the bowl. So I'll give it about 30 seconds. I'll just let it mix, get nice and smooth. I'd say scraping your bowl and your beater is one of the most important steps whenever you're making a cake, because your ultimate goal when you're mixing a cake batter is to get everything really smooth, really homogeneous. You want all of those ingredients to play really nicely together. So about another 30 seconds here on the mixer on low speed, and I'm ready to pan this up. Okay, so this looks silky smooth. I'm just gonna pour it, just let it fall all over the top of that durian and those cherries. All right, so I'll spread this around. I just wanna spread it all the way to the edge of the cake pan. And then super important, I'm gonna bang this on the counter a few times just to get that batter into all those crevices created by the fruit. I don't want any air bubbles in here. All right, so this durian upside down cake is ready for the oven. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm gonna bake this for about 50 minutes, but I'll check it a few minutes early. So I'll know this cake is ready when it springs back in the center and a toothpick comes out clean. All right, so my cake is done baking. I'm gonna pull it out of the oven. It smells delicious. It smells caramely. It looks beautiful and golden brown on top. It's nice and springy. It looks like my normal pineapple upside down cake, so I'm hoping it tastes just as amazing. I'll let this cool for about 5 minutes, so before I cut into it, I just want that caramel sauce on top just to set up a little bit before I invert it onto this cake tray. My God, it looks so good. It actually looks like a pineapple upside down cake. I can still smell the durian though, there's no doubt about that. I love how that spike wheel pattern turned out, and those cherries are just so bright. It looks so awesome. Look at this gooey butteriness. That caramel is just like soaking into the cake. Oh my gosh, it's dripping down the side. Looks so good. All right, so this is the moment of truth. I know this cake looks beautiful. It smells delicious. I'm hoping that it's a mouth-watering bite. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna get a nice hearty slice. I wanna get some of this durian and some of these cherries. I want that full package deal. My gosh, it looks so buttery, so delicious. That cake crumb looks awesome. And it's super gooey and caramely on top. Let's see. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go right for the piece with the durian. It's definitely sweetened up. That butter, that salt really rounds out the flavor. It's a little more custardy. It tastes like a caramel custard, but it still tastes like it did before I baked it. It's kind of confusing. I'm kind of confused. I think it's really good. I think that the durian combined with the cherry makes this really like nostalgic taste. I know that it's durian, but it still kind of tastes like pineapple upside down cake. And then I have this beautiful cake here with a nice tender crumb. I get the taste of that toasted almond. All right, guys, so this upside down cake turned out beautiful, but to be honest with you, I'm still not too sure about the flavor. I don't know if I completely nailed it. I don't know if I'll be adding this recipe to my recipe box anytime soon. I might go back and rework it just a little bit. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this video. And if you guys have baked with durian before, or you have a favorite dessert that uses durian, I would love to know what it is. Maybe it could inspire me for my next round of baking with durian. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Food Network on YouTube.